Hi boys and girls. Behind me is the most amazing thing in our solar system. It's the sun. Now, the sun is not a planet, but it is amazing, and today was such a beautiful day that I thought I would come to you from my garden. Then another amazing thing, which hopefully you can see in the sky, is the moon. And when it's a beautiful clear day like this, we can see the moon in the sky. Now, the moon is not a planet either, but it is very, very important. It is our Earth's natural satellite. And what I want to talk to you today about is about the planets and the amazing things that we have in our solar system. And particularly, I'm going to be talking to you today about the first two planets that are closest to the sun. Here's the sun. The first planet that's closest to the sun is Mercury. I hope you watched the 4 videos that we sent to you from last week and the week before about the order of the planets. So we've got Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Remember, Pluto is a dwarf planet. It used to be a planet, but now there are things that are bigger than Pluto that are not planets. So Pluto is now considered a dwarf planet. So you need to try and remember the order of the planets. There are things called mnemonics, which are ways to remember the order of the planets. Like in the one video where it said, "My very evil mother just swatted uncle's nose." So my for Mercury, V for very for Venus, then Earth. So as it goes on, my very evil mother, M for Mars, just, J for Jupiter. Okay, you can even come up with your own mnemonic to remember the order of the planets. So the first few planets are called the terrestrial planets. They are a lot smaller than the other planets. So we've got Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. Those are the terrestrial planets. Then we get Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Those are called the gas giants. They're much, much bigger. Okay, but getting back to our sun. Here's the sun, and what happens is the little planet, so this is my little planet Mercury, the planet will orbit the sun. Orbit means to go around, okay? So if this is the planet, it goes around the sun, okay? Even Earth, our planet, we also go around the sun. All the planets do so, but they do so at different speeds. Now, Mercury is a very, very hot planet, and you would assume so because it's closest to the sun. But what's very important to remember is that Mercury is actually not the hottest planet. Venus is much hotter than Mercury. And it's interesting because you would think that Mercury, being closer than Venus, would be hotter. But Venus has a lot of clouds, and the clouds trap the heat from the sun, and the heat then can't escape. So Venus is actually hotter than Mercury. 1 year on Mercury is 88 Earth days. So 1 year on this planet is only 88 Earth days. All right, so that's 2 and a bit months. So that's interesting as well to know. Now, Venus, as we've said, is hotter than Mercury because it's wrapped in clouds and atmosphere. It is the second closest planet from the sun. Venus is also known as the evening star. It is the brightest planet. Okay, it's a very, very, it looks like a star in the sky, and it's very bright. So if it's a evening like today where there's going to be no clouds, I encourage you to go outside before bed and have a look to see if you can see the brightest star, and that would actually be Venus. Venus is also known as Earth's sister planet because it's quite similar to Earth in size. those are the two planets that we're going to focus on today. And remember, in your Earth comprehension that you did last week, it asked you all about gravity. And what is gravity? What happens if I drop this? Okay, let's pretend now it's not the sun anymore, it's a ball. And what happens if I let it go? It dropped down. Okay, same with these. They drop down. That is because of gravity. Gravity is a force which pulls two objects towards each other. So there is a force of attraction towards the center of the Earth. That's why we are not floating around. So in space, there's no gravity, there's no atmosphere. So you float around in space. But on Earth, that is why we don't float around. We are firmly on the ground. That's why things fall down when you let them go. That's what gravity is. So I encourage you to go outside and have a look if you can see the evening star, and try and remember all of the facts about Mercury and Venus that I've told you today, and also do the 2 worksheets that will be sent to you via email. Bye bye from my sunny garden.